Days of Our Lives, guns, secrets, family betrayal, and the emotional wreckage left behind. Friday's episode of Days of Our Lives delivered one of those classic soap moments where emotions ran high, loyalties were tested, and the weight of long-held secrets threatened to shatter already fragile relationships. For viewers who have followed these characters for decades, it was a powerful reminder that in Salem, no secret stays buried forever, and no grudge is ever truly forgotten. Let's dive into what happened on April 18th, starting with a gun, a missing woman, and a firestorm of suspicion, and then shift into the emotional earthquake that rocked two very complicated brothers. The gun that started it all began with the discovery of a gun. Not just any gun, the one used in the shooting of E.J. The very same gun that had once been in Ava's possession, handed to her by Melinda. Now, here's the problem: Ava had no legal right to be carrying a firearm. Her past stint at Bayview made that perfectly clear. And yet, Melinda, knowing all this, still loaned it to her. Enter Sean and JJ, two men of the law who take their responsibilities seriously, but who also have complicated histories of their own. They confronted Melinda and very nearly arrested her on the spot. After all, loaning a gun to someone who legally can't possess one is no small matter. But in a surprising twist, they let her go. Was it compassion? Was it politics? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Now here's where it gets interesting. Apparently, no one knows that Ava has left Salem. Not a soul. She vanished without a trace. And if that doesn't muddy the waters of the investigation, what does? Her disappearance raises questions. Did she flee because of guilt? Is she hiding from someone more dangerous than the law? Or was she taken against her will? Whatever the case, her absence throws the entire investigation into disarray. Without Ava, the questions around the gun, Melinda's involvement, and the truth behind the shooting are left hanging like an open wound. When brothers collide, Philip and Xander's emotional confrontation. If the gun saga set the stage for mystery, it was the clash between Philip and Xander that delivered the night's most heart-wrenching drama. After the truth about the forged letter that cost Xander his rightful place at Titan Industries was revealed, emotions erupted. That letter, the one that made it look like Victor had chosen Philip to lead Titan, was nothing but a manipulation. A cruel twist of fate orchestrated while Philip was presumed dead and hidden away in a mental institution. It was Vivian, ever the schemer, who planted the seed. She saw an opportunity and convinced Philip to run with it. But the consequences were devastating. And when Philip faced Xander on that fateful Friday, he didn't come with fists raised or weapons drawn. He came with the weight of remorse on his shoulders and a heart full of regret. But Xander? He was done. Betrayal cuts deep, and this one had severed something sacred. Xander didn't lash out physically. That's not who he is anymore. But his pain was visible in every word he spoke. The betrayal wasn't just about a company or a job, it was about family. All his life, Xander had struggled with the feeling that he didn't belong. That he wasn't good enough for the powerful family he was born into. Victor, the patriarch whose shadow still looms large over their lives, never truly acknowledged Xander as his son. And so, when Philip appeared to be laughing behind his back, when it looked like the golden child had stolen what should have been his, it broke Xander in a way that few could understand. Philip's plea for understanding, but Philip didn't back down. Before leaving the mansion, he stood his ground and told his side of the story. He didn't laugh at Xander. He didn't plan the forged letter out of malice. In his mind, everything was chaos back then. He was mentally and emotionally unstable. Vivian came to him with a lifeline, a plan that might restore a sense of purpose and dignity after everything he'd lost. And yes, he went along with it. But he thought it was what Victor would have wanted. He truly believed that, had his father been alive and present, he would have understood the decision. He also confessed something else. Something important. He liked working with Xander. Maybe even loved it. Despite all the backstabbing, there was a rare chemistry between them, a powerful synergy that made them an unstoppable team at Titan. And for a brief time, that mattered more than the past. That admission, from both of them, is exactly why reconciliation might not be as impossible as it seems. Why they need to reconcile. These two men have been through war, loss, and manipulation. They've both been pawns in someone else's game. And yet, when they worked together, something just clicked. They challenged each other, pushed each other, and balanced each other out. In a world where alliances shift like sand and betrayal is as common as the sunrise, that kind of partnership is rare. They don't need to be best friends. They don't need to forgive each other overnight. But they do need to find a way to coexist. Whether that means co-leading Titan again or simply rebuilding trust one brick at a time, it's a journey worth taking. Because let's not forget, Kristen is still out there. And if she's plotting revenge, as she often does, Philip and Xander would be wise to put aside their differences and focus on the storm ahead. The hidden threat, Sarah's secret, and then there's Sarah. Quiet, gentle, and perhaps more entangled in this web of lies than anyone realizes. She knew about the forged letter. She's known for months. And yet, she said nothing. Right now, Xander has no idea. He's completely in the dark about the fact that the woman he loves kept this devastating truth from him. When that secret comes out, and it will, the fallout could be catastrophic. It begs the question, how many more secrets are hiding in plain sight? And how many more betrayals can Xander survive? Final thoughts. This episode was a masterclass in emotional storytelling. It reminded us why we keep coming back to Days of Our Lives year after year. The drama isn't just about crime or business or scandal. It's about people, wounded, flawed, beautifully human people, trying to find their way in a world that rarely offers easy answers. Whether it's a gun that changes everything, a brother's betrayal, or the quiet heartbreak of a secret kept too long, the stories matter because the characters matter. And in the end, that's what keeps Salem spinning. Let's hope that reconciliation is still possible. That justice is served. And that, in the midst of all the chaos, love somehow finds a way. What do you think? Should Xander forgive Philip? Will Ava's disappearance derail the investigation completely? And how long do you think Sarah can keep her secret hidden? One thing's for sure, the drama in Salem is far from over. Days of Our Lives, Monday, April 21st. Rafe hides the evidence, Ava disappears, Sarah drowns in guilt, and Gabby returns with a storm. Monday in Salem begins with a quiet but frightening wave of tension, as dark secrets inch closer to the surface and long-standing lies begin to crack. Ava's mysterious disappearance, Sarah's growing guilt, and Gabby's dramatic return serve as the catalysts that set the town ablaze. Yet at the center of it all stands one man, trapped between duty and loyalty, Rafe. Ava disappears, and everyone's unusually quiet about it. No one knows where Ava has gone. She's vanished from Salem as if swallowed by the earth, leaving behind a string of shady actions and a gun possibly tied to the shooting of EJ. The question looms, is she running from guilt, or is she being hunted? In a town like Salem, where nothing is ever truly random, Ava's disappearance sends chills through those in the know. Rafe, by instinct and training, should be digging deeper. But instead, he makes a shocking move, he hides evidence. Rafe Hernandez and the buried truth in another corner of town. Gabby has just returned after a long absence. She walks through the door unaware that her brother has buried a bombshell. Rafe, once considered the face of justice in Salem, has done the unthinkable. He retrieved a bug that had been planted at the crime scene. That tiny device, meant to record the events of the fateful night when a shot rang out, could have been the most important clue in solving the case. But Rafe hesitates. He's afraid of what the recording might contain. Afraid it might incriminate Gabby or someone else he holds dear. His inner battle is more than just right versus wrong. He's torn between being a brother, a lawman, and a man caught in a whirlwind of conflicted emotions. Gabby, a storm wrapped in a comeback. Gabby is known for being sharp, bold, and never one to be underestimated. Her return should have been a joyful family reunion. But the moment she walks through the door, she senses something is off. Rafe tells her he was just scrolling through Doomsday News, a line so suspicious, it could raise an eyebrow from a child. Gabby's instincts are razor sharp. She knows Rafe is hiding something. But she chooses not to push, for now. She's dealing with her own storm, frustrated by JJ and his accusations regarding the shooting. What she doesn't know is that her every move is being shadowed by her own brother, who now holds the audio recording that could change everything. Sarah, a woman imprisoned by her own guilt elsewhere in Salem, Sarah can't sleep. Every time she closes her eyes, the face of Xander haunts her, the man she loves, the man who deserves to know the truth. Sarah has known about the forged letter for months. She knows that truth could destroy him. But keeping it hidden has eaten away at her soul. Now, with Ava missing, Rafe hiding evidence, and Gabby on the warpath, Sarah feels more alone than ever. She fears that when the truth does come out, she'll be completely abandoned. But is it right to keep the secret any longer, while others suffer the consequences? The tangled web of love, Rafe, Jada, and Sammy Rafe's romantic life is just as chaotic as everything else. While juggling his roles as a brother and an officer of the law, he's also being pulled apart by his heart. Jada is furious, not over the job, but over his intimate encounter with Sammy. Rafe and Jada once had something peaceful. Something grounding. But now that trust has been shattered, and Jada is no longer holding back. Rafe can't blame her, he broke the rules of their relationship, and he knows it. Caught between love, loyalty, and duty, Rafe now faces a choice more difficult than ever before: protect his family by burying the truth, or face the consequences and let justice take its course. The price of silence. Everyone in this story is paying the price for the secrets they've kept. Gabby lives in a false peace, unaware of the storm brewing. Sarah is consumed by guilt and fear. Rafe walks a dangerous tightrope, risking his integrity. And Ava, whether she left willingly or not, is at the center of a mystery that threatens to tear everything apart. Final thoughts. Monday in Salem isn't just the start of a new week, it's a turning point in a string of events that could unravel relationships, destroy trust, and shatter illusions. What's hidden in the shadows must eventually come to light. And when it does, will they have the courage to face it? What do you think? Should Rafe reveal the recording or continue hiding it to protect Gabby? Should Sarah finally come clean to Xander? And is Ava truly on the run, or caught in something much darker? One thing is certain: the mysteries of Salem are far from over.